Have you ever touched someone in just the right spot and watched their entire body respond without a single word spoken? It wasn't just physical, it meant something deeper. Here's the truth. Men often won't tell you where they long to be touched, but their bodies will. As a psychology expert who spent years studying emotional and physical intimacy, I can tell you this. What men don't say out loud, they often reveal in silence. Today, we're diving deep into 8 places men secretly want you to touch them, but won't admit it. These aren't just physical hotspots, they're emotional doorways. If you truly want to connect with the man in your life, this is where you begin. So stay with me, because understanding these hidden signals can change the way you bond forever. Section 1. Understanding the psychology of touch. Before we explore the specific touch points, it's important to understand why touch matters, especially for men. Touch isn't just physical, it's psychological, it's emotional. It's the first sense we develop in the womb, and the last one we lose before death. And yet, in today's world, many men are starved of it. Society teaches men to be tough, to hold it in, to avoid showing need. So even when a man longs for connection, he often won't say it out loud. He might shrug off affection or pretend it doesn't matter, but inside, his nervous system is begging for a moment of safety, softness, and trust. You see, for a man to welcome touch, especially in certain areas, it's more than desire. It's vulnerability. It's a silent way of saying, I feel safe with you. That's why understanding where and how to touch him isn't just about attraction, it's about emotional permission. When you learn to read those silent cues, when your touch says, I see you and I'm here, you don't just touch his body, you reach into his heart, and that's where real intimacy begins. Now let's uncover those 8 secret places where that connection quietly waits to be awakened. Section 2. Deep dive into the 8 touch points. 1. Shoulders and upper back. Start here. The shoulders carry more than just physical weight. They hold emotional burdens, silent stress, and unspoken pressure. When you gently touch or massage this area, especially after a long day, you're doing more than soothing sore muscles. You're saying, you're not alone in this. I've got you. For many men, this simple act of support is quietly powerful. It tells him he can finally let go, even if just for a moment. 2. Chest, the heart zone. This is where he hides what he rarely shows, his fears, his hopes, and his emotions. A soft touch here, over the heart, isn't just physical. It speaks directly to his emotional core. It says, I see the man beneath the armor. And for a man who's not used to showing his feelings, that touch can feel like being truly seen and fully accepted. 3. The neck and nape. Highly sensitive, often overlooked. A light stroke along the back of his neck can send shivers, not just from sensation, but from trust. It's a vulnerable place, usually guarded. So when he leans into your touch here, it means his defenses are down. You're inside his circle of comfort, and that's rare. It's not just about pleasure, it's about permission. 4. Lower back. The lower back is intimate, yet non-threatening. When you rest your hand here while standing beside him or guiding him through a doorway, it creates a protective, bonding moment. It says, I'm with you, I've got your back, literally and emotionally. For many men, this subtle gesture builds a feeling of being grounded, supported, and emotionally held. 5. Inner upper arms. This isn't an area most people touch, but when you do, it feels deeply personal. The inner arms are tender, warm, and often exposed only in private moments. A gentle squeeze or trace here communicates admiration, respect, and closeness. It recognizes his strength, but also the softness he rarely shows to the world. 6. Hands. We use our hands to work, to create, to protect. But in moments of stillness, a simple handhold can break down walls, interlacing fingers, tracing along his palm. It's one of the most ancient signs of trust and affection. Don't underestimate this one. A man who lets you hold his hand isn't just allowing touch. He's letting you lead him into emotional safety. 7. Ears in the area behind them. Soft, private, unspoken, touching near the ears or gently brushing behind them can be intensely intimate. It draws him into a space where the world fades, and it's just the two of you. Whispering near the ear or lightly touching this area can trigger emotional arousal because it feels private and personal, like sharing a secret no one else can hear. 8. Lower abdomen hips. Now we approach a place where touch becomes a dance between trust and tension. The lower abdomen and hips are where instinct lives, but they are also deeply tied to emotional surrender. A slow, respectful touch here isn't about rushing into desire. It's about building anticipation, creating comfort, and showing him that intimacy doesn't need to be rushed to be real. It says, I respect your boundaries, and I cherish the moment we're sharing. Section 3. Integrative analysis and broader context. By now, you've probably realized this wasn't just about touch. It was about trust, safety, emotional access. Because when a man lets you in, when he welcomes touch in places he rarely even acknowledges, it's a sign of something far more powerful than attraction. It's a sign of surrender. And in a world where men are taught to be guarded, stoic, and always in control, that surrender is a gift. But here's something most people miss. Touch is a language, and just like any language, it needs to be read, respected, and spoken fluently. If he leans into your touch, he's telling you he's comfortable. If he flinches or stiffens, he may not be ready. This doesn't mean rejection. It means respect is required. Every man is different. His past, his upbringing, his emotional scars, they all shape how he receives touch. Some grew up in environments where affection was rare. Others may crave it more than they realize, but don't know how to ask. That's why it's so important to be present, to watch, to feel, to notice how his body responds. And most of all, don't be afraid to talk about it. Ask him what he likes, what makes him feel seen, safe, desired. Sometimes the most intimate touch isn't physical at all. It's asking the right question and truly listening to the answer. So remember this, touch isn't just skin deep, it's a reflection of how deeply you're willing to understand each other. Because when a man trusts you with his body, what he's really offering is his heart. So now you know the places he secretly wants to be touched and why they matter so much more than they seem. It's not just about seduction, it's about connection. Because when your touch says, "You're safe with me," you're creating something rare, something real. Every shoulder you rest your hand on, every brush along his arm, every quiet touch near his heart, it all sends a message that says, you're not alone, you're loved, you're understood. And maybe that's the most powerful touch of all. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a man reacting differently to certain touches, but never said a word? Or maybe you felt that kind of unspoken connection yourself? Let me know in the comments below. I read every one of them. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more powerful psychology-based insights on love, intimacy, and human behavior. And remember that sometimes the softest touch reaches the deepest part of the soul.